gonna continue with this website project. I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do it with today. I'm also trying out a new mic today. It should be working, but let's see. And I'm like, maybe one thing that's it's a little bit hard to tell beforehand is how the volume levels are gonna handle. So I think in the past I've been a little bit like maybe mostly that's been like too quiet volume levels, but it's yeah, it's kind of like you need some like comparisons. But let's see. I'll check out like after the stream, like how does it seem. It's not like too long since the last stream. I think I might have been in the last stream, like might have been doing this, or at least like this has a recent progress to do this kind of thing that you could open or close all of this, like have this to be like yeah, I'm just setting the mic a bit here. Have this to be column specific, so that's I think quite a new thing. One thing that I've been like focusing on lately is been the mobile usability, and I'm still not too happy with how it looks on mobile. I think like it's a bit it doesn't use the space fully, like it's a little bit square like. So I'm wondering, is there something to make that better? So I'm gonna make some kind of list of what I want to do, but maybe not gonna do all of that stuff on this stream, but just like general like future reference changes. And let's see if I can demonstrate the mobile thing over here. So if I make this more narrow, so I think this is pretty much the view that the mobile gets. Like this is the, you know, the width and the height are pretty much like this. So there's all the space below here that's unused. So how I'd kind of like want this to react is to it could have bigger fonts and it could have more rows than just 2 rows. So let's actually see if, yeah, I don't think it just goes smaller. It doesn't use like multiple rows. So I think that could be something to make better. It's so yeah, I'm not totally sure like what's the, at what point does it change to like there's this like now there's like 2 nodes here and then there's 1 rows. I think I would need to have, I think how this should be approached is to have this view based on the browser width. So now I kind of like have those things that if there's like an extra wide browser, I've said like how to use that like extra width. So how much of that is going to this like node widths and how much is going to the space between like these columns and also like this empty space around this graph area. So I think I could make something similar for vertical screens or tall screens. So if there's a lot of vertical space available, like how to use that, because now I don't think it really like it doesn't really recognize the vertical space. So yeah. So maybe that's like some general like a general thing. There was something. Let's see. Oh yeah, the I think these like node type fonts. I think I noticed something that like these are too big compared to these ones. And also there's this possibility to make the fonts bigger. So I'm kind of like wondering it affects the description texts, but I wonder if it should affect all of the fonts, so it would kind of like if everything was kind of like increased by 1 pixel or something like that. Um, um, yeah, that's something. And yeah, the coloring should be I think it should be I kind of like the that now it's kind of I've been going a little bit back and forth on this, like if I have a dark color, it's good for readability, but then again it's because I have like the white text on the dark background and also these kind of like edge colors that go they're more clear if the background is dark, but on the other hand the dark color is a little bit bleak, so that's like one thing. So but I think like in terms of that balance we could go a little bit darker. So yeah. Okay, and then I'm gonna want to I noticed that there's I've been doing like some of this now that I had this very big text here. So I've been putting it, come on. There's a little bit of trickiness here, like for control. So I've been putting it behind kind of like click if if you want more information you have to click here and or you go to this external thing. Okay, I notice now that if you hold here it goes to this kind of like it has this color doesn't really work here, like if you hover over it it's not very suitable there. So yeah, so I think there's some, I think it's here. Yeah, there's like some text. Mm, some text that should be moved to separate articles. So that's kind of like the big overarching progress that I want to have going on, is to, so that this page here, this would be kind of like a landing page in a sense, and a place to see the connections. But if you want more detail on some of these projects, and I think this is like maybe exclusively for the projects. I think the skills and teams, I kind of like want to keep the length of the text in these nodes manageable. So that you don't have to, yeah, so there would be no this is a bit long here. I could make this shorter. I think that's the solution. I don't want like a specific article, but this like projects, I think there's some like a natural idea behind of, because they can be like anything, like for example here, if I'm making a video or something, or maybe more specifically here, if I'm making a website. So in the end, there would be like a link to the website, or at whatever state it's in. So yeah, that doesn't some of these things, they don't even work in like text format. So then it's kind of like they don't work inside this thing, because this is kind of like this interface here. I think I can only have texts here. Let me think. Actually, there was I think I had the discussion with Claude about this, that and I not really remember what was like, because I was thinking like, could you yeah, okay, I think we discussed this, that you could basically have like, if I have some Quarto markdown site that has images in it, so that they could maybe be presented here as well. But that needs a little bit of like trickery, and I don't know, like in general, like I think like this doesn't work very well in that, because it's supposed to be like yeah, like the width of this is quite limited, like, so it's not and especially if you go mobile, it doesn't like work at all, like how you're not gonna get enough detail of the images or whatever if it's showing up here. So it kind of requires to go in the external link. But yeah, that's kind of like example, like so I would have here like the what's this? So I would have here the basic description of the thing, and then you can go and click on it, and then, yeah, it goes there. Um, mm, let's do something now. So I think I'm gonna do like setting the node colors darker here. So just some quite small Yeah, it could be something like that. Now it's yeah, there's always problem with like, do I want to keep these blues here, or do they get difficult? Maybe it's not too bad. Yeah, let's just go. So now we save this, and let's look at some other thing. So I wonder if I want to make yeah, I could try to make an article for this. So let's look at what number this is. So this is 207. So how this happens is I have these QMD files here. So I'm gonna make a new text file. I'm just gonna copy this for now, and that's mainly for the purpose. Oh, actually, I think I should get. Oh, okay, it's not. So I'm gonna save this first. So this is gonna be like 207.qmd, like that. So maybe now I can. Yeah. So now I can paste to it this this text. So like that. Yeah, I don't want the subtitle thing. So, and what is inline through, it makes that like you can read it in this view. So if I don't have this, there would only be this external link. And I think this can so with this I can make the distinction that, okay, if this QMD file would include like images and stuff, then you couldn't like read it here, but you would have to link to the external site. So what we're gonna do is I think we're just gonna copy paste this here like this. Yeah, I think one issue with this was that you have to have this. Yeah, this was something like, I don't know, I had messed at some point that you have to have like an empty space after the after this title thing. And now now that I have this here, I'm just gonna write this again, like, and this is now gonna be some kind of like an abstract of the previous thing. So let's go like many European countries. Yeah, this is maybe not very. So Yeah, I think I have to be a little bit more clear here about what I want, what I think of, or what I mean about like paying for the exporters, because of course, like um, basically like the companies pay each other like across borders, or the electricity users basically pay for those who produce, and this is kind of like handled uh, by these grid operators across Europe. It's a quite like a complex system, and I'm not like I think I'm not like super. I'm not so there's like some things that yeah, it's I should maybe look as part of like doing this, writing this. I should look a little bit more into it, but um mhm, mm, reduced. Yeah, I kind of like have to be careful that I don't make this um I don't make this too long, and I also, one thing I have to remember to I don't know, write this, and that's like one thing that I'm afraid I might get like messed up a little bit at some, or like I've done like a few times that I've written something here and then I just forget to write it, or kind of like save the progress in sense. Um, so yeah, let's read this because it's also maybe good to see like how they play together. Um, So I can also do some changes here. Um, yeah, just a little bit of like clarifying here. Um, mm, yeah, maybe this is. I could here put here like I strongly believe. I could write here about like um hmm. Yes, I should write more about like how this is currently uh mm, mm, hmm. um, maybe you could write something like that. Yeah. I could put this like in parentheses. I think this could be cool. Um Mm. How would you go? Like, okay, this could be like governments. Yeah, it could be something like that. So I'm just gonna test. So oops. So now that we have this here, just gonna write. I'm just gonna publish, and I'm just gonna check that it's still there afterwards, and this thing also works. So yeah, this is now a lot shorter. I'm kind of like annoyed by how much empty space there is between paragraphs. And also like I often have this, like here also a lot of empty space. So this should, sometimes I also have like, okay, maybe that's just for, oh yeah, there was something about this. Yeah, there was some behavior here. Yeah, if you click here, on the kind of like node text proper, it closes the node, and this is kind of like the behavior that I hope to have. But if you're on the extended text, clicking it doesn't close the node. So I kind of like wonder how I should approach this. So should this close the node, or should it hide this text? Yeah, something like that, I think. So let's start with that one. And do I also want to go with this one, that the font controller? Oh, so let's see what it looks like. Is it working? Read more. Yeah, that works. So I kind of wonder how should I approach this texting. Um, yeah, I'm not sure if there's something I would want to exclude from that. Like, I'm kind of like worried about like, for example, these theme like column texts, like column titles getting too big and not fitting on the page. I kind of wonder what that's gonna look like. Yeah, I'm not okay. Kind of like wondering what this will do. Huh. Mm. Okay. But so what's this? Oh no. Okay, so this is. I think this is now like the. Yeah, this is for the titles. No, what is this for? But yeah, this has been like the problem. Like this is too big. Okay, yeah, it is for that. But I wonder, like, why does this seem bigger? Maybe it's because does this have to? Maybe it has to fit this text into two rows or something. Like, I wonder, like, why does it seem smaller? I don't know. Maybe it's fine. This might be even a bit too big, but so I just wonder, like, which ones do I want to have on here? Um, hmm. And should I do this? If I'm gonna make a change here, should I make it in conjunction with having like the possibility of multiple like having more than two rows of the text? So I think here it's kind of like a issue that it might be that they are like this type text and the node title text, they are kind of like similar in wide screens, but maybe it has to push the Yeah, the kind of like the project type text doesn't. It just doesn't go small enough. I don't know. It's a bit annoying, and it's kind of like just like quite a small detail, but it's just getting a bit annoying. So just gonna put it like even smaller here, like let's make you like 17, and I'm just like looking at how it handles with like yeah, maybe that would be okay. I could fit something else in there. So yeah, but what about these? Yeah, I was supposed to look at these column titles if we go like yeah, if we are so let's see here, like now they're pretty crowded. So I think it's here. Yeah, I think that's actually pretty fine. That's like okay behavior. Maybe it's the yeah, maybe the subtitle thing is more of an issue. Um, maybe this is maybe only in graph area. Like I don't want the header to be. Oops, what's happening? Yeah, that one like the if it controls also the header, it's just gonna get too crowded. Like right now on mobile, it's already like super crowded, so I'm not gonna allow that. So I could write something about so I could just ask Claude like what does it think about like you could also argue that it's not such a big of an issue because like if you have it like this, you're gonna start opening these up, so they're gonna fill that space eventually. But I don't really think that's yeah, I think we could do better here. Like I think it's quite important for it to kind of like look good right like on the first view, and I think now issue is that like the fonts are just too small, and I kind of want to use the space below the to have more bigger fonts. Okay. Yeah, this is quite interesting. Um, yeah, this is what I kind of like want to do. Um, um, huh. Hmm. Um, I don't know if conjunction is a word, but um, okay. What? Oh, I pressed what? Oh, it's a different thing. Okay. Um. mm, yeah, one control. Okay. Yeah, I hope it got the the first one as well. Um. Yeah, let's see what happens. Um. Hmm. Yeah, this might have to think for a while. I'm not sure. Like, let's see if we had some more of that. Like some work on these articles. Let's see if we have anything big that I'd like to make as an article. Yeah, I have here like for this Russia thing, I have like quite I've been working for something like for quite a bit. But it's kind of like it's kind of like messy. I don't know. I should maybe restructure it before I gonna like publish anything of it. Yeah, this could be made shorter. Um, uh, 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 um, okay, yeah, let's make this a little bit shorter. So, come on. Why cannot I edit this? Can I only edit the? It seems that I cannot edit anything right now. I should be able, like, if I click here, if I double click, I should be able to edit this. I wonder if it's because Claude was changing the code, so was it kind of like locked for Claude or something? But I don't think I've had this before. It's quite weird. Huh. Okay, let's see what we've done. This is yeah, this seems correct. I think this is a bit. I wonder if we're going kind of like the wrong way around here because I want it to look the restack. Scaling vertical gap. Move the column headers. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know if I want this. Yeah, maybe that's weird. Yeah, this seems fine, but I gotta like um I don't want this. I just want, yeah. Uh, oh, rebuild closest open node and reset scroll. I don't really want this. Um, hmm. Um, so, mm, so let's how to fill. Where do you go like when the page load? Let's go like initial. Yeah, maybe that's a bit tricky now. Um, if the content is short or come on. So yeah, I think that's quite important. Like, say you're gonna like reading something here, and okay, you notice okay this is a bit small. So then you go bigger, and it closes the. Uh, yeah, just okay. I can maybe word this a bit stronger. I want to preserve. Let's go with that. Okay. Oh, it seems this is a bit weird. Like the uh, okay, now it works, but yeah, there was some issue there with like how the height of the node didn't really follow. Um, okay, what do we want to do next is yeah, let's like while it's thinking, yeah, let's see if there was something else here that I wanted to do. Oh yeah, I wonder if it's knows how to use these 3 rows. Um, no titles. Yeah, I think that's the right word. um, yeah, I think that's so. I'm just yeah, I think that's all kind of like done for now. So let's look at other stuff here. Like there's a lot of this text that I'm not too happy with, so I could. Oh yeah, one kind of like a big thing that I've been thinking about is how easy would it be to show, or is it kind of useful to show the connections between nodes in the same column? So like mostly I'm thinking about this project column and the relationship of these projects to one another. For example, in the top of the column there's a lot of projects that are related to extinction risk or existential risk. So like how do I show that connection? So I was thinking about I don't know, like there could be like a small line going on here from this one to this, like it's just like it's just like a so small space between these nodes. um so I don't know if the user can really see it, especially if I want to use color there. So it would be kind of cool like if these are connected, so so then the connecting line would be would be in these colors that are For example, this project here, it has all these 3 colors. So I'm just kind of like thinking. So if there was the line, so then if I'm hovering here, it would highlight those other projects that are related, and it would highlight the line that goes through, something like that. But then again, it is kind of like related to these so I'm kind of like thinking that like here, like this is basically like, is this related? Can I say that this is related to all the projects that have any of these like 5 like edges, what they call them, like here it goes to data visualization and dashboards and websites and videos and streaming. Oh, not videos and streaming, but artificial intelligence, and here it goes to existential catastrophic risk and this global harmony thing. So, but I didn't really feel that this is related to like this, improving my site. I think the connection, I wonder if all the connections actually here is at least related to the skills department, that they don't really it doesn't really make sense. So like here, maybe, I don't know, this circle crafting and craft punk, could they be close to one another? Is this just like and here, like, well, this is kind of like another example, like a little bit difference example, that like this kind of like Russia thing here, it doesn't really like connect to or it's kind of like do we need to express it otherwise than like having this like, because I have this like Russia-Ukraine team here, so, and because the connection between these is thematic, is gonna like enough that it highlights the Russia-Ukraine team, or should it also then like highlight the one below it as well? Or kind of like go through here and then kind of like come back to highlight this, something like that. Yeah, maybe it would just, I think it would make this again a bit harder to read, and yeah, maybe it's could be something to consider like maybe later on, but maybe maybe that could be like a bit too much of like a feature creep. Okay, quite a lot of thinking going on here. Mm. Okay, let's see what else could we do here. I'm also wondering. Okay, I have this. I have the QR code. I just want. It would be nice if it kind of like remembered the QR code that I had before. Yeah, let's look at if there's something here we noticed that we wanted. And can I change this? This was again like this was the issue like last time also, and like this should be built so that. Okay, again like this shows like for some reason a bit small. Can I change this? I can change this one. So I can probably like change these, because this, if I change the like this expanded text, it's basically editing these QMD files here. But then I have the descriptions QMD, and for some reason I cannot edit it now. And I'm guessing it has to do with, maybe it's because it's been used. Yeah, I'll have to remember to. Okay, I think the cloud is getting ready. Let's see what's happened. Yeah, I wonder if this is actually should this actually be dependent on where the extra space is, so that if there's if there's extra space in the bottom, it would use that, and vice versa. But then what happens if there is no extra space? Okay, then it just has to choose like either one. So let's think about that. Should this be yeah, because I think that might look pretty weird like on desktop. Okay, it was. unchanged at 100%. Auto width is yeah, I think that makes sense. Um, uh, oh, they are not scaled. Okay. Because I kind of want to do that. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be too much of an issue. Okay, let's see what we have. And I'm actually gonna go with this version because it's kind of like closer to the truth. So this is what's happening. Yeah, this is not what I want to have. Like this is bad. And also like it's back with like this. Yeah, this is weird looking. So let's look if we go to this mobile view. Yeah, something like this would be quite okay, even if I don't really like if this was kind of like the opening view, that would be kind of like okay. Yeah, maybe in general this is the kind of feature that doesn't really fit too well with how the site was built originally. I'm kind of like wondering what it means, like the width stays fixed. Like what's the effect? It's basically okay, let's think about like what's happening here. So if you open this and It seems to have already like why does it have, why is it zoomed in already? Okay, now we're at, okay, this is how it should look like in the beginning. So now if we zoom, I think what's happening is, yeah, I think what's happening is that like it kind of like when I make the titles bigger, it zooms backward to make sure that like the graph fits the area or something. So I think I should yeah, also I don't really like how this looks like. It's also like weird. This looks like that this, for some reason, this is like now kind of like a bigger node. Yeah, I'm just like wondering, can I give up on this like necessity that all the nodes are shown at the same time? Because I, in one sense, I do really like that. And I'm just like wondering like, yeah, I wonder if I should just go back with this, because I think if I want to keep this thing, that it kind of always fits, then then it's just gonna do this of like zooming in and out, and I think it's just gonna make it messy. So again with this, like why is this text bigger, like this node type, like why is it bigger? So yeah, I just wonder like, should it just be, should it be should that just control for Um, hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna open on the. I'm gonna open the GitHub version on the browser like few times here. Yeah, I just. Yeah, I shouldn't have played around with this too much. I think it's just like the mobile that was the problem, really. Um, um, mm, yeah. Yeah, let's just go back here. I just hope that when I revert that it's kind of like it handles the revert well. Mhm. Also, I don't think this really I'm not sure if this resizing, like based on the, yeah, I'm not sure if this really works. Yeah, and there's also like one thing that I might want to go back on a little bit. I really like that when you have like a relatively wide screen, that these, or maybe it's more, yeah, maybe it's more visible if there's like a narrow screen. Yeah, like it's a lot clearer if this block here is lower. I'm not gonna like also wondering like, should I just put the stuff back to the header, this like explanation stuff. On the other hand, I think it's cleaner for me to make the changes when it's in here. So here I'm gonna like thinking that could I make this so that if this would sit lower, so that if one of these was opened, it would kind of maintain the placement of this stack for readability, but then if more than one is open, it would put it there kind of like on top. Not quite sure. Also because it seems that even if just one of these is open, they take quite a lot of like space. That might of course have to do with, I don't know how, like, yeah, it just gets quite like a small size here. I wonder if this could be like a one button thing, like there's this open all and close all. But maybe it works, I don't know, like if you have like two things open, then like what would, yeah, it has to be two buttons. But maybe if everything is opened, it would change to close all. And if everything is closed, it would change to open all, or then you just couldn't see it or something. But then it would be a little bit confusing, like on startup, because these would both be open all buttons. So yeah, maybe it doesn't work. Okay. Let's look at the new version. And yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try the publish app here. So yeah, let's see. Are we like, it still seems that okay, it might need to, yeah, I think that actually solves it. So so the issue here now though seems to be that it's well, there's like few issues here. It's it should leave a little bit more little bit more margin, and also like, is this I'm just like wondering, is this so I think this shows pretty well my issue that I was talking before, or what I would like to see. I wonder if it would be good if this text is also scaled. I don't know. Also, I don't like this. Like, there's this. Okay, I'm gonna show the picture. I'm just gonna mark these. Maybe this could be like a thing for, at least on mobile, that to keep damn, I just used the wrong button, so I have to do it again. Mm. Yeah, that's some kind of. But yeah, here it would benefit if yeah, okay, let's do this first, and I'm gonna think about this. Also, like, I think we could have a bit more space on these like column titles. Like, could they be also made bigger? So I wonder if so yeah, I was supposed to look about this, that like here it would be so much easier to read the connections if, like here in mobile, if this, especially now that we are using this extra vertical space, so it would be beneficial if this was kind of like centered vertically instead of being here like up top. It does make the some it does create like some issue. Okay. So yeah, the issue is that like if I like, this is neat in a sense that if I open something, the text always opens below it. So let's make a very complex is for the whole yeah, it might get a bit complex. Could it just be that when there are two or more two, if one Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna look at this first. Yeah, this looks better now. Like now, there's like a pretty good margin, I think. So let's see if we do it again. Kind of like that. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, it's a bit tricky with this. Like I'm just trying to kind of like think how they are open. So and then it's so different. Okay, what is this behavior now? So because there isn't so much space here. Like even with just one node. Yeah, I wonder if this could be could this be like a separate for the for mobile? Okay, I'm just gonna play around with a bit of like different browser sizes. I'm kind of like thinking what's the average? It's something like 16 to 9 is probably gonna be the yeah, I could just have it on mobile first. Where did I have it? What? I was writing it somewhere here. Oh yeah, I think it's here. You know. Yeah, okay. Maybe I hadn't. Hadn't I written it like a bit more elaborately here? Probably not then. Um, Oh yeah, it was here. Yeah. Um, on mobile, I want the team and skill columns to be centered. Column titles. Should they stay at the top? Yeah, that's like one thing. If you go um, yeah, maybe. I think that's okay. Let's make this kind of thing. Yeah, I think this should be. We could compress the progress so far. I think I probably should be doing this compress thing more. I think it eats away a lot of the tokens if you don't do it. Yeah, maybe one annoying thing about this right now is that it doesn't really do anything, or you don't know what it is doing until if you don't have any of the nodes open. So Mm. Okay. Yeah, maybe I could make write the motivation here. Okay. Okay. Maybe it is best to leave it on mobile. Also, let's see if the I suppose the text is I don't know, like the no type. And there's still like this kind of weird, like this looks. I don't know if I broken something because this doesn't look like I hope it would. I don't know. There's also like this it's a bit too much. This could just be also the is this, yeah, I think the it's also scaling um, the padding here. I think that's a bit too much. Oh, I think it might actually be that I have a control for that. Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, one thing that I started to think about here, or I want to return to this to look normal. There's also like when I start this, every time I'm gonna like initiate the app, there's quite a lot of like it's kind of like searching for its place. I think there's a lot of legacy code there that it's it kind of starts up at one kind of thing, and then there's this code that okay, do this on startup, and then it kind of like does a lot of stuff. Like I think there's some. I wonder if I could just ask Claude to kind of like do some kind of ask it to check how the code looks and or ask it to kind of like get rid of some clutter that is not used or something. I don't know. It's oh yeah, I was starting to think about this, and again I'm thinking about a little bit like like here, like if I'm editing and there's this weird empty space going on. So yeah, I was thinking here. Oh, it looks like, did I put here? Did I like leave here? It seems that I have left here. Huh. Like here, this is just like the description text all over again. Yeah, or like yeah, like the like the non-in-depth text. So you see when I click out, it kind of like instantly updates this file here and saves it. So that's pretty neat. So a lot of the motivation behind the site is to have this kind of a place for sorry, a place for me to like comfortably edit stuff. So I could just like write here and like maybe move from one topic to another, like so that I don't have to move between tabs, and also of course to see like if I do this kind of like if I do the writing on while I'm streaming, then it's kind of like a lot nicer for the audience to kind of like quickly get into on what I'm working. So here, if I'm kind of like writing this, they can notice that okay, this is like what topics is it linked to. Yeah, maybe I could make this hover effect a little bit stronger, because now if you kind of like don't know what to look for, you might not notice like that these three are being highlighted. So I could make the highlight effect a bit stronger, and I think like because I have quite a deep blue going on here, it's gonna stay pretty readable. Yeah, I think maybe that's understandable enough. Okay, let's see what First I'm gonna, I think I'll have to, I think that saves like automatically, and I don't think we change anything else, so maybe that's fine. And if it's not fine, we're gonna find out. Oops. So it's stuck now. I should have there should be the red button. What if I just click delete session and then something like this. Okay, so what we're gonna look for is that if we move to the mobile territory, so this is almost, so I think what the problem is that it's it's centering the like the beginning of the stack and not the end of it. And this works. Okay, yeah, I think it's kind of like, I'm like kind of like pleased. So center the beginning of stack and center center. Yeah, I think it kind of works otherwise, I think. And it brings this kind of empty space, which is very cool for kind of like readability. And it might also be that this could also be more related to, oh no, I don't think it is, I don't know. Maybe I was wrong actually. It might have been to do with like me, because that wasn't like the starting position. A bit annoying. I should make another exception that like if all of these, because I now have the font so big that if all of these will I don't know. The font is now so big that all of these could fill all of that area, so that's okay, there's like one. Yeah, and what I like about how it functions now, it seems that it's always like it always remains clickable at the same point to close it. But still, look at this. I don't know, like this. Yeah, this node type thing. It's kind of like overflowing. So I wonder if you could just. Also, there's something something going on in here. Like, look at the title is not fitting at all. Yeah, this might have been something that it warned me about this. This could happen. I hope I didn't screw this up now. Okay, maybe I was right actually. I might have been accidentally right here. Okay, let's try again. This looks cool. Again, like I don't know. This seems does it have to do with and it's kind of cool. It remembers. Is there anything else that's kind of okay, I'm gonna go back and yeah, this it doesn't really resize well. I don't know. Sometimes the resizing is kind of funky. Yeah, but I think it's just good to keep this. Yeah, just kind of close to this has been causing like so much issues that I never seem to be able to fit it. fit it like well. Yeah, I'm gonna try and push this soon. Yeah, here's like yeah, I'm not really happy how this. So I think like, yeah, I think it does like this. So hmm. Down. Boo. Okay, that might be the last change. Maybe before I go. Oh yeah. Maybe I'm gonna have a word about the website, like the project type. Yeah, let's have like a bit more crowded. So oh, yeah, this might work better after. Yeah. So can we get some of that? So this should fill quite a bit of, yeah. Like now you see like what's the okay, I'm gonna take a new yeah, I'm just gonna so yeah, I think otherwise it's fine. So there's still like also this, like, do we need like this much empty space on either side? Hmm. Yeah, maybe that is one thing. I think I asked this before, but I don't know, for some reason. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it there. So in the meantime, I'm gonna see again if, yeah, and again, like, okay, maybe it's when we come back from the mobile view, it's but this is something that it's a little bit like sometimes sorry, sometimes on the on mobile, it goes to look like something like what we had there. So it kind of like, it kind of moves between the mobile view and then like the regular view, and I wonder if it has to do with, it's kind of like at some point maybe it takes like the height of the phone as the width parameter, and kind of like confuses itself that it thinks that it's on uh, on a desktop mode, even if it isn't, and that kind of then screws up. Um, okay, I'm gonna open the author app and let's take a look if, okay, now I can edit this for some reason, even if it's running there. But it might have something to do, maybe it hasn't, maybe it's just touching like the render, the JavaScript code and it's not if it hasn't like started editing the author app, then it might be that it's not affected. Like that would make sense. So now it's yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's see if I have something I want to. Yeah, this is like one thing that like, do I want to talk about existential and catastrophic risk, and but it could be like existential risks and along. Sorry, my throat is still a bit bad. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got here. So if we go narrow now, it still looks a bit. Now it's okay. Now the website. Yeah. Yeah, that's like one thing. What else was I supposed to look at? It's like everything is too big here. This is not too big. Oh yeah, the sides look pretty cool now. Like it lost some space there. What was the other? Maybe that was it. Yeah. What was I actually? It was here. Yeah. It was. So I was thinking that we could be ready after this one, but it's how it always goes, that you always figure out something else you want to change. So let's see if that's still the case. Okay, but I think this could be it if this works. So it could be. Yeah, that's quite small now. Yeah, for some reason it's no, it's kind of like it doesn't have enough margin at the bottom. That's fine. It's gonna be like how, like why does this have? Okay, maybe I'm still gonna continue with this a bit. So if you look at Okay, you're not. I'm making some red, like I'm using the snipping tool here. Um, like why is there like this empty space over some like so why is there like empty height on some nodes? Mm, I wonder if this could also be that I have some like, I don't know, empty rows on those. I don't know, it's probably not the case. But like could the nodes have some kind of no. I think this has to do, maybe it has to do something with not like incorrect timing of when the node's height is being determined and when it kind of like sets the font or something. I don't know. Or there's some kind of like it has to do some kind of assessment, some kind of like likelihood of, or like something. It's, yeah, I don't know. It's some, but you would imagine that it is quite like trivial to determine like how much height it is requires, because you first set the width. Although it can, I wonder if it's in trouble because this shouldn't have been open. Is there some issue with again with like because it has to fit everything on this page? I don't know. Okay, this is mobile and desktop. Yeah, that's I kind of would want I think it would be easier to avoid some of those issues where okay, I had to check something here. It's what about where does the extra space go? Yeah, the description padding, so I don't want so much extra space for this. Maybe a little bit. I think we can put more, maybe a bit more on these ones. Yeah, I don't think we need more column spacing. Yeah. I wonder if I can write it. This might also be like if it's talking about like language measurement bug, it might have to do with like there's like Finnish translations. So if it's kind of like looking at those, node height it measured for the wrong language. That's weird. Which title is longer? Oh yeah. Yeah, this makes sense. Yeah. This can help me save, might help me save quite a bit of space. Okay. So go like this. Okay, this looks nice. Yeah, this project type is now even a little bit too small, but I don't know. This looks good. Okay. I think I'm gonna, yeah, again, it goes like this. And now this is what often appears on the mobile screen, and I want to get rid of this bug, but I think that's for the another time, and we're gonna end here.